Okay, this video is about how horrible eBay's customer service is. As you can see, I called them 866-540-3229. As of right now, I have been on hold for 42 minutes and 11 seconds. Not once did this person come back to the line telling me that they're getting a supervisor like I asked. They put me on hold and never came back to the line. At first, they refused to let me speak to a manager. They said that no managers are there because it's a weekend and they all called off. Literally, this is what this person told me. And then I said, you're telling me that there's no managers there staffing your call center. And she said, no, there's not. And then she went on to say how there's really a supervisor there, but they can't talk. I said, I'll hold. And so she put me on hold, and again, not once came back to the line. So I spoke to her maybe 2 minutes or so. So I've been on hold for over 40 minutes now. Right now the time is 43 minutes even. It's absolutely ridiculous. Where is this call center? How can they not get fired? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I even tried calling the corporate office phone number. I don't have that number right here, but I did try calling them. I'll make another video about that later. But it's a loop. You can't even get through to anybody in the corporate office. So it seems like eBay just doesn't really care about their customer service. Really. I mean, is this acceptable? Not once have they come back to the line. So I'm going to see how long this is actually going to happen. But I'm sure they probably keep me on hold 2 hours. I'm surprised nobody is, like literally, nobody works at eBay in management that monitors these phone calls. It's unbelievable to me. It really is. Maybe I'll talk about my issue a little bit. I was a seller of an item, and there was a case put against the item. The item was described very accurately, and the buyer just didn't understand PayPal's policies, eBay's policies, shipping times, everything. The buyer did not understand any of this. And like the item was described accurately, etc., and the buyer threatened to leave negative feedback if I didn't give them a refund. And according to eBay's policy, that's feedback extortion. And I didn't give them a refund, and they did leave me negative feedback, and they should remove it according to their policy, and they're refusing to do so. So the last rep hung up on me, so I called back, and instead of going through the whole story, I just immediately asked to speak to a supervisor, and that's what we have here, being on hold for over 45 minutes now. But yeah, the case actually was decided in my favor, me as the seller, and they refused to remove the negative feedback, even though the case was in my favor. I did nothing wrong. I described the item exactly, you know, everything, and they refused, and now they refuse to let me speak to a manager. And as far as trying to get in touch with the corporate office.
Hello, ma'am?
Yes.
Hi, thank you for patiently waiting, and I apologize for the long wait.
It was 45. It was over 4. Hello, can you, Ann?
The other members.
Ann, it was over 45 minutes you had me on hold.
No, it's just 39 minutes.
Okay, yeah, well, we talked, I guess, for 6 minutes, and you had me on hold for 40 minutes. And
yes, I do apologize for that, because I was trying to look for other supervisors.
For 40 minutes?
And actually, yes, and I actually reviewing your account as well. And I I know that the reason why you call is because you want to remove this feedback so the buyer has left. Am I right?
Right, because it violates your policy, the feedback extortion policy.
No, it's not really.
But the policy is, if the buyer threatens to leave you negative feedback, if you don't give them a refund, and they did do that, then that's feedback extortion.
Is it regarding the item which is the director trumpet?
Yep.
Well, actually, I was able to pull up your conversation with the buyer, and I couldn't see any message from the buyer saying that he or she will leave negative feedback if you must.
Yeah, it was on June 23rd, the message at 11:15 a.m. The message right there says it.
11:15.
Yep.
11:15 or 11:20? Oh, 20.
Well, I mean, all the messages are documented there in front of you, but it says that if I don't give them a refund, because they were asking for a refund, that they will leave me negative feedback.
Negative feedback?
Yes.
Oh, if that's the case, then I may need to transfer you directly to our Trust and Safety Department.
But I just talked to them, and that person hung up on me.
Why?
Because they told me that it doesn't violate the policy, even though several different representatives told me that the feedback will be removed. I called last week. I called about an hour ago. Everyone told me they documented my account and that the feedback will be removed. And then this person in this, whatever department you just said, they said, no, they keep telling me they're the specialist. The feedback is not going to be removed. That's why I asked to speak to a supervisor, because I'm not getting anywhere.
They're actually the one who handles this kind of issue.
But that's the person that didn't help me.
If you're saying that the buyer asked you, I told you that they will leave a negative feedback if you will not issue a refund, then basically that is a feedback extortion. How come that it's not removable? Okay,
so you, as a representative of eBay, you were saying that's feedback extortion, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, but
I actually encountered those kind of situations.
Yep, they told me it's not feedback extortion. They refused to remove it. That department, the Trust and Safety Department.
Oh, if I may ask, where did you receive that message?
What? No,
your personal email or just eBay messages?
What, from the buyer?
Yes.
And in the eBay messages, as you see there in front of you, on June 23rd.
June 23rd. June 23rd,
I mean, there were several messages back and forth.
On June 23rd, the buyer said that he or she will be willing to leave positive feedback for you if you will resolve that issue, right?
Right. And if I don't, they're going to leave negative feedback, which is what they did. Because I didn't give them a refund.
That message.
But I didn't give them a refund because they didn't deserve a refund, because they purchased the item. The item was described exactly. There were several pictures, etc. And I didn't give them a refund, so therefore they left negative feedback.
When did the buyer send that message?
June 23rd.
They will leave you negative feedback.
I'm recording this call. I have to let you know, because this is just getting crazy with, all the questions. June 23rd is whenever they did. June 23rd, they left me that message.
June 23rd? Actually, I'm reading that message, but I couldn't see any message saying that he will leave you negative feedback.